everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of C14 Dating. So, Rosemary just arrived, and we've got the options to say hello and maybe later. I've always chosen maybe later, but this time I think I'm gonna go and say hello. We haven't yet. It couldn't hurt. Besides, she was part of the main excavation team, right? I knew Sherry would introduce me to her eventually. I sauntered over while Rose gave a greeting kiss to both Augustine and Sherry. My professor smiled and extended an arm to beckon me closer.
Ah, is this your summer student, Sherry? I swear they're getting younger and younger every year.
Oh no, she's almost a third year. I get a little odd. Don't worry about it.
You'll appreciate it as you get older. Anyway, I'm Rosemary.
She extended her hand and I took it respectfully.
And you are?
Melissa Flores. Do you work here too?
Yes. I'm one of the archaeologists here. I specialize in lithics, stone tools, and all that.
She boldly jerked a thumb in Hendrik's direction.
Basically, I focus on the rocks that Hendrik has no interest in because they've been touched by Neanderthal or early modern human hands. That's entirely inaccurate, sorta. I may touch upon it a bit, mostly for petrological reasons, establishing geologic resources and trade routes. Rosemary here does the technological aspect, the whole get into the mind of the Neanderthal angle.
Which is a wonderful science in itself. You'll learn many things from Rosemary, Melissa. She's an expert flint knapper as well. She produced most of the example stone tools you'll see here.
Ah, you flatter me, Sherry.
I was starting to see there was a wide spectrum of work done in this cave. Sherry focused on bones, Augustine was on the context of stratigraphy, Hendrik was all about rocks and sediments, and Rosemary on the tools left behind.
I'm glad to see the gang's all here, and thankfully, I made it in time for lunch. I'm starving. Here, I can take your suitcase for you. Thanks. Did you clean your place? You did arrive earlier than I thought you would.
She let out a heavy sigh, lowering her eyelids, while Hendrik squirmed uneasily.
It's partially my fault anyway. I should have texted ahead. I like that Hendrik blushes so much. He's such a cutie.
After a step, she pivoted and gave me a little wave and nod.
Anyway, it was nice meeting you, Melissa. Look forward to my lecture on lithics later this week. My French is horrid, so Hendrik will have to be the translator for most of the students.
For some reason, I could feel a kindling of affinity through that common fact. I will. Rosemary and Hendrik continued their conversation as they headed for the museum. Happy with the introduction, I settled back down into my seat, hoping that my soup hadn't gone cold.
Alright, and I'm skipping ahead. Alright, so we are at the point where they're trying to do the presentation, but it's not working anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and take a stab at it.
I could take a look, I guess. I make no promises. I only have some experience.
It's worth a shot.
Rosemary stepped out of the way as I leaned over her laptop. I navigated the mouse and glanced at the light shining on the projector screen. Everything seemed to be in working order, so... Was it already reset?
Yes, I reset the laptop. Ugh, technology. Maybe we should use the overhead projector. Hendrik, I still have those old transparencies. I have no idea how to work it anymore. Besides, I want people to enjoy learning archaeology, not think we're fossils if we resort to using that. You already forgot? Remember when they used to be ubiquitous? Professors would fight over when they could use them. I hated being the one designated to wheel those in.
While they chatted, I tinkered around with the resetting both the audiovisual device and the laptop. I toggled the presentation displays, growing increasingly frustrated. What was I doing wrong? Was it the projector itself? On a whim, I leaned over to check the cables and... I couldn't tell if my hand smacked my face or if my face smacked my hand. A cable was loose between the devices. I fixed it, then played with the laptop again. I checked the top of the projector and flicked the switch. Sure enough, the room was basked in a gentle blue glow from the desktop displaying on the screen.
You did it! What was the problem? Just a loose cable?
I gestured to the AV device. Well... Suddenly everything went pitch black. A few of the students gasped and chatter immediately sprung forth.
Can you fix that too, Melissa?
A power outage? Not possible.
I guess we're not getting that lecture either way tonight. I highly doubt the electricity will return soon in this storm.
Ah. I felt a gentle pat on my shoulder.
A shame it happened, but it didn't go to waste. Good work there, champ.
Thanks. Since there was no point in continuing the lab work, we all decided to clean up. Hendrik and the others turned on some flashlights and phones for light as well.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and skip up. Alright, so Rosemary and Augustine are having a fight downstairs. She came upstairs to see if she could borrow Hendrik's laptop, and we're there.
Hey, working up here now?
Sort of had to. Couldn't concentrate with all the noise downstairs.
So...
We're going to use the laptop quickly, ask about what happened. Let's ask about what happened.
My email could wait, and it would inconvenience Hendrik to ask for his computer anyway. What's going on downstairs? It sounded as if they were upset over something.
Ah, that. It's nothing new here, although I wish it happened less often.
Kyler folded his arms wearily, and the two exchanged knowing glances that I couldn't understand.
What's the argument about this time? Despite my advice, Rosemary insisted on gluing flakes to a lithic core found in the A3 layers, since we've been able to uncover a debutage belonging to that core.
That doesn't seem so bad. That's how you gain knowledge about napping, right?
Yes, but she ended up using the wrong glue. I'm not going to enjoy dismantling it. Honestly, I don't know why you let her continue to work here. She's nothing but trouble. What kind of attitude is that? Despite our disagreements, she is excellent at her job. If anything, her insight has been valuable.
Affronted, Hendrik stood up from his chair, shooting Kyler an aggravated glare. Kyler flinched slightly, but his eyes narrowed again. I tensed up, wondering if I should say something to appease them or leave it before it got too heated.
I only say that because I'm thinking of the excavation team's best interests. You're getting ahead of yourself here. You're acting like you're one of us already. Just because you're in my uncle's good graces doesn't mean we'll hire you once you graduate. And we're not intending to hire anyone soon, especially not an inexperienced person fresh out of university with only a few months of fieldwork under his belt.
Kyler lowered his arms, his eyes looking both resentful and distraught, as if the notion had never occurred to him. Recovering, he clenched his fist, his voice rigid with determination.
I've excavated here longer than most people. I've certainly spent more time in the cave than you. I'm highly qualified. There's much more than just digging diligently in the same old square.
Oh, I didn't care if I was an outsider. Guys, quit it! I firmly stood between them before their voices escalated even louder than the commotion downstairs. There's already one dispute. Can we not have another? Besides, Hendrik has a point. That was a little harsh, Hendrik. You both have good points, but stop. I'm leaving. You both have good points, but stop. You both are on the same side, essentially, wanting the excavation here to run smoothly. I'm glad to see such devotion, but this isn't helping. I know you're concerned, but ease off on the hostility. Hendrik and Kyler exchanged intense looks, but both subsided. Hendrik relaxed, more willing to reconcile, while Kyler begrudgingly averted his eyes.
She's right. I don't agree on some things, but I definitely could have handled this better. My apologies, Kyler. No, I did say something rather undiplomatic. Rosemary is an important member of the team. Even Augustine can see that.
He really hates agreeing with Hendrik unless Augustine has the same viewpoint.
I apologize for my behavior.
With a conclusive submissive nod, Kyler wordlessly excused himself and descended the stairs. I wavered between them indecisively. What to do? Should I stay with Hendrik or catch up to Kyler?
Let's chase after Kyler, stay with Hendrik, and stay out of this. No, we're gonna stay with Hendrik.
I decided to remain with Hendrik, who already sat down to lose himself in his work. Why is it that you two don't get along?
It's not even worth bringing up. Just some petty grudge he has against me. Therefore, he sees me as a rival.
After a few impatient jabs against the keyboard, he sighed exhaustedly and mustered up an apologetic smile.
Maybe we can talk about it another time. I'm sorry. The whole argument put me in a bad mood, and I don't want to act discourteously around you. We both have our own ideas for Callan Cave. Hopefully we'll reach the same middle ground, if he continues to stick around every summer. Sorry I had to see the friction between us. More like a transform plate boundary.
Maybe you'll stop wearing each other down.
More like eroding my patience.
Despite the jab, we both chuckled lightly. I'll talk to you later then.
See you, Melissa.
I excused myself and hopped down the stairs, urgently needing some fresh air to clear my head. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.